welcome to the Thought Boss podcast. I'm your host, Nicole, and I'm here to help you break free from anxiety, build unshakable confidence, and create the life that you were born to live. Everything you need is already inside of you. Now let's turn you into a Thought Boss. Hi, welcome to the podcast. All right, this is the third try. Third time's a charm. I'm sitting looking out my window at these beautiful red mountains. I live in southern Utah, and we have the best view out my front window, which is where my office is located. I love it. Couple updates with me personally, because I think we need more personal updates these days. I got braces on my teeth, and they're hurting a little bit. I feel like a teenager. Luckily, the top ones are clear, but I'm gonna have these on for a couple years. I have a lot of crowding going on in my mouth, and I'm really excited to have a straighter smile, but I'm not super excited about having these braces on my teeth for the next couple of years. I wish I had them when I was a teenager, and I didn't. So here we are in my late 30s, wearing braces. We're just gonna make it cool again. All right, on the podcast today, I saw this really great post from I think it was a Chinese medicine doctor. I don't know where it came from. It was just on Instagram, and it said 20 hills I will die on as a Chinese medicine doctor. And I was so intrigued by it because I don't know any Chinese medicine doctors. And I just want to know, okay, what do you absolutely insist on? And it was very interesting. Maybe I'll post it on my stories. But I thought, oh man, I should do one of these. I'm a life coach. What are 20 hills, or not 20? What are hills I will die on as a life coach? And really specifically a life coach to moms in their 30s, 40s. What hill would I absolutely die on that people have to know? I will defend this till the day I die, right? That's the whole idea of hill I will die on. So I'm just going to jump right into that. The first one, I've been talking about this a lot lately, and it's that your 20s are not your peak. I used to think this for the longest time. There was this thought rolling around in my head that if I didn't do it when I was 20, I was never going to do it. Or that if I didn't do something big in my 20s, I for sure wasn't going to do something big in my 30s or 40s. The 20s is the time when you set the foundation for your life and you decide what you want to do and who you want to be. And then once you get to 30, it's kind of okay, we're getting old. I know this is crazy. It sounds so crazy now that I say it out loud. But you should know what you want to do, and don't plan on having any fun. Don't plan on having more energy. Don't plan on being any cuter. And so that really stuck with me for a long time. I don't know really where I first got this idea. Maybe it's from the idea that people peak physically at 25, and then they just start to age in a way that makes them decline. But I also think that this is not true, because somebody could never work out or in their mid-20s, and then they hit 35 or 40 and they're I want to be in the best shape of my life. I'm going to go get in shape. Yeah, their body is not going to react the same way that it would in their 20s, but they could literally go out and completely change their life in their 30s and 40s. So the fact that we are just throwing our lives away after 20 because we didn't do it in our 20s, because we didn't travel and we didn't get this degree that we should have gotten, and we didn't have the best time ever. Our life will never be as awesome as it could have been in our 20s. I just think that's a complete lie, because everyone says that the 20s are the best years of your life. You remember Darla in The Little Rascals? She's 5 or 6 years old, and she's talking about Alfalfa, who she broke up with, and she's like, that boy stole the best years of my life. You're 5. What are you talking about? Anyway, That's the whole idea too. So we always think like that's when I should have done all the fun things. But I genuinely think when you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, you're just starting to grow confidence, trust in yourself. You've had some friends for a really long time, and these friendships are really solid and really steady. You have more money, you have more time freedom. Like your kids are starting to grow up. You have hopefully this, if you've been married since your 20s, then you have this like long relationship with a partner. Even if you got married in your 30s, like you potentially have this long relationship with a partner who loves you. And like, I'm just thinking of myself. Like I have been with my husband for 15 years and I just want to spend more time with him. I know I'm probably one of the lucky ones, but as we're getting older, it's nice to have each other. And I'm just looking forward to doing things with my husband for the rest of my life. And when I was early in my marriage, in my 20s, I was not confident in myself. I wasn't confident in our relationship. I had all these doubts, all these questions, all these fears about what if he leaves me and what if I'm not good enough? And like, what if I get really fat and really ugly and I disappear or he cheats on me? Like, I just had a lot of unreasonable fears. And that just came from a lack of confidence. And so I acted in this like really clingy, desperate way, which is wild because I was married. I was actually married. I'd already got the guy, an amazing guy that God totally put in my life. But I was not confident. And so now I'm in my late 30s, like entering the 40s area. And I love who I am. I love my family. I love my friends. I have some amazing friendships. I also am so confident. Like I know who I am and I trust myself and I don't pick myself apart constantly. And I know part of that is from my life coaching experience, but I do think people just naturally get a little bit more confident because we're learning life lessons. We're realizing some people are going to like you and some people are not. And it's not really based on you. It's just based on because they chose to. And you shouldn't change for other people. Like these are all things that we want to teach our kids and hopefully we're learning on our own. All this is just to say, you don't peak in your 20s. Like you're probably just approaching your peak. Even if you weren't though. Even if this was just an idea and it's just a thought, which by the way, guess what? It is. It's just a thought. You could think it or you could not. But what if you just decided to believe, I'm just getting to my peak. Like I'm just barely getting to my peak. I have not passed the best part of my life. Like the best years are yet to come. What if we really believe that? Wouldn't you get excited? Wouldn't you start looking for opportunities that are around you? Wouldn't you look for new things to do and find new hobbies and just get excited about your life? I feel like that's what it makes me want to do. Like if I'm just getting to my peak, this is exciting. My life is just getting good. And I think that's a great thought to have. Okay, hill I will die on number 2. Your husband is not responsible for your happiness. This is such a big one. And it's so important. A lot of times when I say your husband's not responsible for your happiness, people get defensive and upset. Like, well, he should make you happy. Like, that's why you married him. Like, if he's a good guy and he loves you, he will take care of you and he will like take note of what makes you happy and he will do it and you will have a happy life. And I just want to argue with you. I just want to say that you're wrong because your husband can't make you happy. Your husband probably tries to make you happy. If you have a really good husband, he probably is trying all the time to just like not make you mad and keep you in his good or keep him in your good graces, keep himself in your good graces. But this is no way to live. Like this kind of like, I've got him under my thumb thing. I'm going to manipulate with like not talking to him and like being mad. Like I understand we've kind of trained our husbands to treat us like this and to just like not piss us off and like make sure I get my morning coffee and like when I'm getting close to my period, like make sure you bring me all the things and just expect that I'm going to be really mean. This is not actually any way to live. It's not actually as fun as you think it is. It's just control. And control feels better than not being in control. But I want to tell you what's better. You being in charge of your happiness and not scaring your husband into doing the things you want him to do. What happens when you become happy on your own? Here's the 3 things you need to do to become happy on your own. Number 1, gain confidence. Do whatever you have to do. Start with some affirmations, start with meditation. You need to do a lot of journaling and just work it all out until you have thoughts about yourself that you want to believe. Thoughts about yourself that somebody who is confident would believe. Number 2, you decide how you want to feel every day. You don't just let whatever happens around you make you feel that way. You don't be a victim to wherever you are in your cycle or what your kids are doing that day or the weather. No more of that. You take charge of how you're feeling. And if you want to feel happy today, which by the way, you don't always have to pick happiness. You could pick not feeling good one of these days. If you're like, I'm kind of crampy and I'm like low energy, so I'm just going to let myself feel like a little bit melancholy today, and that's my choice. It's not a bad feeling. It's just a different feeling. Okay, and number 3 is you take charge of all of your relationships. You decide what your relationship is going to look like, and if you want a strong relationship, you think the thoughts you need to think to make it strong. Here's the thoughts. This is a strong relationship. This human is a good person. I like this human. I like to be around them. I trust them. I trust myself. These are just the basic things you need to be believing. And it might sound so simple, but right now you have opposite affirmations for these relationships. You have different thoughts that you're already thinking, so you might as well replace them. And the thoughts you're thinking are like, do they like me? Or I don't like this person. Or they're so annoying. Or why can't they just do what I want them to do? Why don't they understand me? I don't know if we're really that close. Those are thoughts. They're words in your head, sentences that you keep repeating. Who knows why they're there? They're not there because they're the truth. They're there because we just decided one day that maybe they were true, and then we kept repeating them and they felt more true because we kept repeating them. But you can pick different ones. So take charge of your relationships by taking charge of your thoughts about those people. Okay, those are the 3 things you need to do in order to take control of your happiness. Stop letting your husband be in charge of your happiness, because he's not going to do it right. He doesn't know how to do it. He's trying really hard, but it's really hard to make someone happy who's really determined to not be happy unless everything's perfect. I'm saying this because I love you and because I was this way. And I seriously, if you were sitting right in front of me, like I would just give you a hug and we would laugh about this. But if you're actually ready, like I'm not judging you at all. There's zero judgment here. I'm just letting you know you don't have to stay like this. Like we don't realize that we're doing this. It's okay that you're doing it. It's kind of how we're trained as women. But you don't have to do it. And it could be a lot better if you took that away from your husband. You take the control back over your own happiness. If he's not good at doing something, stop asking him to do it. If you're like, oh, I wish my husband would write me really nice birthday cards. If he is terrible at writing, stop asking him to write you really sweet birthday cards. That's not his strength. What is his strength? What is he actually good at? You can ask him for that. If he's really good at cooking, say, honey, what if you made me breakfast? I would love it so much. Like, I feel so loved when people make me things. Do you think you could make me breakfast? He's like, heck yeah, I can. Like, what do you want me to put on the smoker? Let him love you in the way that he's good at it. But don't put your actual life happiness in his hands. That is not his job. And he's terrible at it. He's a good guy, but he's terrible at managing your happiness. Okay, hill I will die on number 3. Some friends are only meant to be in your life for a short period of time. And it doesn't mean anything went wrong. We look at our friendships and we think, oh, if this one only lasted like 4 years and it kind of fizzled out, or like we had a falling out, that this is wrong and like all friendships should last forever and like something went wrong. The truth is, some friendships you will have forever, but those are very rare and very few. For the most part, your friendships are only going to last for as long as you're in a neighborhood, or for as long as you're in a certain group, or for as long as you're interested in a certain thing like pickleball or book clubs or sourdough. Like, not all friendships are meant to last forever, and it doesn't mean anything about you or about the other person. It means that you both had the joy that you were meant to have, and you learned the lessons that you were meant to have. And instead of looking at it as like this awkward thing where like we're not friends anymore, why don't you just look at it as, I'm so grateful. We had this friendship and it was awesome. And I'm so glad that we have it, or that we have that like in our memory. This was such a fun time in our lives. It was so wonderful. And of course you remain like, quote, friends, but your friendship probably changes. So maybe that's the more accurate thing, is like sometimes friendships change from really active to very, very passive, and that's not a problem. It's okay. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean they did anything wrong. Just be grateful for all the friendships that you have that are in different phases, and believe that more friendships are coming. And also, like, you do have a little bit of control over how you feel in your friendships. Like, you can make them a little bit better. You can invite, you can have good thoughts about other people. Does that make sense? So some friends are only meant to be in your life for a short time, and it doesn't mean anything has gone wrong. Okay, I love this conversation. I know it's really short, but I would love if you hopped over onto Instagram and just left a comment about like which one blew your mind the most, or if you totally disagree. I would really love to hear that, because number one, I don't think that I'm right about this. This is just my opinion. And number two, I might change my mind. But these are my thoughts on these things. I know I said there were hills I would die on, but I'm also a very open-minded person. So I could kind of add an amendment to one of them if you really convinced me. Just go comment on the reel on Instagram. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and I'm so glad that you're here, and I'll talk to you later. Hey, just a quick note before we end. I want you to join something I started. It's called Confidence Club. Confidence Club is for every woman. It is a monthly mail subscription. You're gonna get a letter in the mail teaching you how to be confident on a different topic every month. First one was general self-worth. This coming month is body image, which is every single woman needs this. It's only $10 a month. And I want you to send it to everybody that you love, but you can sign up at confidenceclubletters.com. As always, free consultations are open for my coaching, my one-on-one coaching, and I have spots open right now as we're going into the summer. I'm really excited to meet you. I hope that you will take me up on this free offer to do a consultation and help me show you what is going on in your head so that you don't have to suffer any longer. We'll see you later.